Hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome, Bull Runners. Welcome to the Bull Runners community. As always, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Today marks our very first community live stream on this beautiful Thursday. I want to greet you from wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And as you see today, we have our one and only Val with us. She'll be our co-host today as we are going through this community live stream today. So welcome, Val. Nice having you here with us today.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Steve. Thank you for having me. Welcome, Bull Runners, to our today's live stream. As usual, at BRL, we inform, we educate, and we inspire. So, as you're going to start this today, let's have that at the back of our minds and let's enjoy. Thank you, Steve.
Well said, Val. Very well said. As always, our motto is always to inform, to educate, and to inspire. This is what this series will be all about. We'll be hosting this weekly, every Thursday. Like we say, we'll have 3 weekly events within our community. They'll be between Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Monday being the Twitter space. Thursday being today, we'll be doing live streams, community live streams, and then we'll be having Saturdays, we'll be having voice VC on our Telegram groups. So let's start, Val. Today, let me run through the schedule that we have today. We'll go through the news first. We'll look at the market. We'll look at the market first to see how the market is doing. And then we'll discuss, of course, the ecosystem token bull run. We'll touch on killer whale as well. And then we'll also touch on some news. We have like 3 news that are really current and are very interesting and informative. And they play a major role also within the crypto space. And then we'll close out with community questions.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to do it today, community. So as you're going to head into the news today, Steve, what is new in the market? And please inform us, what do we have today in the market?
Absolutely. Let's kick off at CoinMarketCap. As we see today, we're in the green today. We are still above 1 trillion, 1.06 trillion US dollars in market cap, to be specific. We're up 1.8% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin, and we'll get to the news of Bitcoin and gold later on as we hit the news. But as for now, we are hovering just above 26,000. But we're in the red for the 24-hour mark. We're down 2.14%. Same is for the Ethereum. For the Ethereum numbers as well. Ethereum is at 1648 today. And what's always important to look at is the Bitcoin dominance. This says a lot because not only is it 15 years old already in this market, but it still holds almost half of the market cap of the entire crypto space. And it sits at 506 billion market cap. And the other ones, as usual, Binance, despite the negative news, it climbed back and took over XRP. And we'll also discuss, we'll have news about Binance as well later on, and of course about the stable coins as well. But step by step, we'll get to the news later on. If we go over to the fear and greed index, as we see, it's at 34. This means that the fear is taking over. The liquidity is still not coming in. People are holding on to stable coins and waiting on the sidelines to see what happens. Without getting too much into details, we'll close out with the information, with the news later on, where we'll get into more details explaining what the market conditions are, especially in regards to the interest rates and the pivoting, etc., etc. That's what we have as far as the market is concerned. Do you have anything to add, Val?
Not really, Steve. I can see you covered all that. So I think right about now we'll just go into the news we have of, yeah, concerning the Mastercard and Binance, you know.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the news about Mastercard and Binance right now.
Yeah.
As we know, go ahead, Juan.
No, I just wanted to talk about, the partnership that they had for about 4 years, and right now it's coming to an end. So I just wanted you to tell us like how that affects the crypto space.
Um, Great question. First of all, Mastercard is one of the largest, right behind Visa card, and it's one of the most established payment processing on and off ramping platforms in the traditional finance. And Binance has been in partnership with them for 4 years now, and this has
Mm-hmm.
ended, and there are no intentions to for renewal whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, um, as we know, crypto exchange Binance is it's actually the largest exchange in the crypto space. So this
Mm-hmm.
definitely plays a major role. It has a big effect on the market, of course. And the countries that are actually involved is Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Bahrain. And this will
Mm-hmm.
take place next month on the 22nd of September. That's when MasterCard and Binance will stop their partnership.
The
And
partnership.
this is a big yes, and this is a big deal because we already know many other pay on and off ramping platforms have already abandoned Binance as well. And this takes us to the reason why. Why would
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mastercard not want to be partnered with the largest exchange in the space?
Mm-hmm.
And like we mentioned before we get into that, of course, for those that don't know, the Binance uh, cards allow users to make payments in traditional currencies, of course, and to fund their cryptocurrency holdings on the exchanges, of course. Now, what I want to mention here, of course, the reason. The reason is because Binance is facing legal and regulatory challenges as they have been sued. Binance itself and their CEO, CZ, as of last June
Mm-hmm.
for allegedly because of a web of deception, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
And but Binance has said that they're going to, of course, defend themselves heavily, and we hope the best because this will have a big effect on the market. As we said, Binance is the largest exchange, and news like this usually has a very negative effect on the market as a
Yeah.
whole. And yeah,
And
so
Steve, just to ask, sorry, just to ask, do you think this news is going to affect, like Binance itself, and you know like the whole ecosystem, of Binance? Do you think this is going to affect them?
absolutely. That's why I also came here to show. Let's zoom out, not just one day.
Yeah.
Actually, if we look at even for the month, you see how ever since
Mm-hmm.
the news came out, there was so many negative news surrounding Binance because it started with the BUSD, their own in-house stablecoin, and then it went
Mm-hmm.
on when the SEC first actually sued Binance back in June. As you see here, the price really went down, like it really
Mm-hmm.
crumbled. It picked up again for a little bit, but now you see the negativity, the negative news is really heavily affecting Binance because these are key and very for an exchange. It's these on and off ramp opportunities are very important for any exchange, especially for a large exchange such as Binance. It even plays a bigger role, So definitely, it will have a big impact on the traditional financial market, as well as the crypto space as well, of course, because like I said, Visa and
Yeah.
MasterCard, the way they make their living is through processing transaction fees. Now, if MasterCard is willing to forfeit the transaction fees on the largest exchange in the crypto space. This speaks volume. This just shows that the SEC, uh, MasterCard has really wants to step away from all the lawsuits and the SEC back and forth because uh, crypto, I mean, MasterCard is an established and registered company, and they have a very good communication with the SEC. They have a track record. They're a registered company. They have a long track record with the SEC, and they don't want to be in the way on the crossfire of the SEC because, as you know, once since they're registered, they have to report to the SEC, and they have to, they have a good relationship with them. So I believe that's also one of the main reasons why they're stepping down with Binance, because right now Binance has been experiencing a lot of lawsuits and has been in the crossfire for with the SEC.
Yeah,
And
so
as you see, it really affected Binance heavily, as you see here on the chart.
yeah, so
And
basically MasterCard, they don't want to be part of drama and they just want to continue with their smooth operation as before. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, so we'll keep an eye on this, how this unfolds. As Binance said that they're going to defend themselves vigorously as well. And let's hope that it turns out for the best, because it will have a big impact on the market, on the crypto space, especially such a large established company such as Mastercard abandoning Binance, which is the largest crypto exchange in a global crypto exchange. They must know something that we still don't know for them to really step away from it. So that's one of the news today, Val, that we wanted to cover. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
next,
Thanks for that, Steve. Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Continue,
Uh,
Steve.
next news that we want to cover is the gold and Bitcoin sell-off that has been happening, and we ask ourselves why is that happening? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
gold and Bitcoin have been very valuable commodities that has been helping investors to gauge the sentiment of the markets.
Yeah, sure.
So and the reason why the sell-offs of gold and Bitcoin has been happening is due to the pivoting. What is that? That is fully based on interest hikes. As we know, last week the Feds announced that there's a high possibility, and they're intending actually to hike interest rates twice before the end of the year. And of course, this has a very negative impact, because usually the way it works is that when interest rates are low, that's when usually Bitcoin and gold are actually performing better. And this is why also this sentence right here: gold as a non-yield bearing safe haven can experience weakness when the economy is strong and interest rates are high. So this is exactly what's happening. The Feds last week announced that they're going to hike the interest rates, they're going to increase it, and this is the reason why gold and Bitcoin are acting this way. So as the interest rates are being raised, Bitcoin and gold usually perform worse than when the interest rates goes to zero. And also right here, um, this is particularly important now as the selling, which began back in July for gold and in August for Bitcoin. And this caused Bitcoin and gold to actually go below their respective moving averages, as you see here in these two charts. Bitcoin right now, like we saw at the beginning of the let's go back to Bitcoin. It's hovering right at 26,000 still. So and it went below, actually. It's been below, but it came back up and it's holding steadily right now sideways at 26K. nobody knows what exactly will happen. Nobody knows the future. But right now, a lot of people are just sidelining, um, waiting to see what will happen. And what I always say, though, is that we have to be careful of what news that we take in, because as everybody is expecting the BTF, the ETF, BTC ETFs being approved, the spot ETFs, I believe this will be a large catalyst, and it will move the Bitcoin price heavily. So we can expect further volatilities of the Bitcoin price as we approaching end of the year, and as we'll be hearing more from the SEC if they approve the Bitcoin ETFs. And I strongly believe that it will be approved, especially because um, Black BlackRock has almost like 100% rate of having the ETFs approved, actually. So I believe we'll experience some shakeups due to, like we just mentioned, what's been happening with Binance, and also the Feds that are hiking the interest rate. This has caused a lot of sell-offs, and whatever Bitcoin does, every other cryptocurrency or so-called altcoin follows suit, and also loses on the market cap. So that's the news as far as gold and Bitcoin sell-offs are concerned, which is due to the interest hikes that are expected until the end of the year.
Oh, okay. So, Steve, just to ask, so like if these interest rates, like when they continue like pivoting, this means that Bitcoin will probably, go below their support level, and also for gold, right?
Absolutely. Excellent question. Yes, that's true. You said it right. It affects us heavily because it works like as the interest rates go up, um, are being spiked by the federal by the feds. That affects the Bitcoin and the gold price, exactly like you said. Yes, it's expected to go low, and currently it's actually below the moving average, which is this is a measure that is often standard. This is like one that is often used to indicate the sentiment of a particular commodity. And both gold and Bitcoin currently are below the 200-day moving average. Yes, so it is currently below, and actually right now Bitcoin is still right at 26,000. You know. Yes, good question, Val. That's the case on this
For
one.
clarifying that, Steve. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Steve. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
like I remember sometimes back, you know, on one of your videos you spoke about PayPal, having now their own like coin. So could you please talk more about that, and if there's any other news about PayPal like currently this week?
Absolutely. You said it right. The last video we made was about PayPal. PayPal, as we know, they came out with their own stablecoin, and they that showed how important stablecoins actually are. And in this news right now that we're looking at, this just emphasizes the importance of stablecoins. Let's get into it. So Visa, which is the largest payment processor, and actually has a very large market cap. It's a bit higher than PayPal. However, I believe PayPal is now a very strong force having their own stablecoin. Now, what is this article talking about? Visa and PayPal, there's a possibility that they could fall behind the crypto dollars, meaning the stable coins on chain, such as USDT, USDC, so on and so forth. And if we look at the numbers, this is very interesting. And of course, cryptocurrencies, stable coins are pegged to the US dollar, and they're typically linked one-to-one with the US dollar. And also, and the way they work is they have to be, for example, Tether, which is the third largest cryptocurrency in the market. only behind Bitcoin and Ethereum. Um, they have so far, they have to be backed by real assets. This is something that is actually very good for us, for the market, because these stable coins, as they're performing so well, it's good for the US dollar because they have to be backed by, and we spoke about this too, short-term treasuries. Treasuries are federal debts. These are debt issues by the federal government to large institutions that will be earning interest on these short-term debts. And these have historically, of course, provided much liquidity for the crypto trading and for the on and off ramping of the dollars. Now, what's interesting are these numbers right here. And this is what gets stablecoins really bullish. This is because the stablecoins right now, back in 2022, have settled over $11 trillion worth on the blockchain. This is way past PayPal, and it's actually very near Visa's volume, which is at 11.6 trillion. So this just shows you that within such a short period, the stable coins have taken so much dominance and are rivaling actually major payment processing companies that have been established for 20 plus years in the traditional finance. Now, if we continue looking at these numbers, this means that more than 25 million blockchain wallets hold more than $1 in a stablecoin. And out of these, 80% hold $100 or less. So looking at this in perspective, meaning that if these 25 blockchain wallets were to be a bank, it will be the 5th largest in the US. So we're looking at something really fundamental here. You know, we are very early on in the crypto space, and already the existing stablecoins are already rivaling the volume of well-established companies such as PayPal and Visa. So what does this tell us for the future of the cryptocurrency space? This says that, and here is another statement also, yes, it's remarkable that only in a few years, global money movement have basically taken over the world's largest and most important payment systems. This is very bullish for the crypto space because, as we know, like we discussed, PayPal now they're coming with their own stable coins, so they'll be both off-chain and on-chain, and this will, of course, this is something very bullish for the crypto space. And I would even go further and say that once PayPal does well, and I believe Visa and MasterCard will be really eyeballing them, I believe Visa and MasterCard, there's a possibility that they will come with their own stablecoin as well. As we see in the last video, I talked about this as well. Stablecoins are not just these volumes on stablecoins, which is 11 trillion. These are transaction fees. This is how much this is a lot of money that the stablecoins are making, and they're making these funds through, like I said, this short-term debt issued by the Federal Reserves. So it's a win-win for everyone. The Feds need to issue debts because through these debts, the money printer is turned on. And this is just a very good sign for us because in simple terms, this means that stablecoins account for a very large volume on the blockchain, rivaling the traditional finance. These stablecoins have to be backed by US treasuries, which are debts issued by the federal department. And this means that the Feds now can print money, and these will be backed by these debts that they'll be issuing, and these must be backed by these stablecoin issuers. So this is a very good situation that we're in right now. Even though we are approaching end of the year and we are approaching Bitcoin halving, I believe everything is melting together very nicely. What is your opinion on this, Val?
I think that this is good news for us in the crypto space, and you know, I think PayPal is just setting the pace right now, and I believe every other company like Mastercard and Visa, they will also soon come up with the stable coins, and this is what we are looking forward to as an ecosystem. So I think this is something that is very you know good, and the future is quite promising, honestly. Yeah.
Very well said. With that said, those are the news that we wanted to enter in and to just inform, as we said at the beginning. The whole purpose of this series, of this platform, of these live streams is to inform, to educate,
Mm,
and to inspire.
to inspire.
And we always have to look at uh, the market sentiments, what's going on around us, because everything affects us as well, because we are in the market. So I
True.
believe this is the right time now to get into Bullrun itself, which is our main
Hmm.
ecosystem token.
Yeah, and Steve, before you continue, I just want to say that, you know, as a community, it's good to go in there, like when you are aware of your surrounding. And I believe that what we are doing right now, or what we are involved right now as a community, is something that is shaping us even for the future. And before we move to our main topic, BRL, I just want to remind us to, hit the like button, and don't forget to share.
Very well said, Val. Thank you for that. Yes, let's get to Bullrun, our ecosystem token. And as we've heard in regards to stablecoins future, as we hear about the longevity of the blockchain technology, it's here to stay. And as we hear this positive sentiment that is dropping in within the crypto space, it's very important to look at Bullrun with certain eyes. And Bullrun, like I said, to was established as an ecosystem to do several things. It was built, like I said, also before, based on the top five cryptocurrencies. We looked a lot at what Bitcoin, Ethereum, the two stable coins, and Binance does, and then we implemented those futures, some of those futures, into the Bullrun ecosystem. Now, if I may get into, if I may get into this, the way this was made is, first of all, um, they we were hit the last 2 months. We were hit with a lot of so-called the zero tax projects that have been heavily hit by these MEV bots that have been draining liquidity out of these projects. And we aim to inform and to educate how important actually taxes are, as long as within a project, as long as they're really used accordingly. Main thing that has been plaguing this industry is that many projects don't focus on retaining liquidity, you know, and many projects don't focus on being deflationary, you know, because a lot of tokens are being inflated into the market, and this is something that has been a really sore sight in the eye, because this causes a token in the long term to lose value, or to, let me say, to just inflate and be diluted. And to counter that, Bullrun ecosystem established that out of the 6% on the buy and the sell side, 3% of that goes towards retaining liquidity. 1% goes towards burning the tokens. And this is not your regular burn that goes into a burn wallet, but rather it removes tokens from the, not just from the circulating supply, but from the total supply. How do you notice that? First of all, we started with only a million tokens, BRL tokens, at the very beginning. And now we are sitting at 975. So 25,000 have been burned already, despite the bear market. Another interesting feature is the USDC distributions that we have. Now, I have to mention this is based on the volume, on the trading volume. And we have a dual staking platform. You can stake your BRL tokens and you can also stake our boosters, NFT boosters as well. I will get to both of them shortly. These are the NFT boosters. And with these boosters, you can stake up to 5 of them. And if you only stake the BRL tokens, you get 70% of your USDC distributions. However, for every additional boost NFT that you stake, you receive 6% out of them. So having 5 will get you 100% of your USDC distributions. What's interesting, and I want to point this out about the staking platform that we have, is that, like I said, it's not only based on the volume, meaning that as long as there's volume, there's infinite USDC distributions. But also, like we mentioned, we want to maintain the deflationary aspect of the Bullrun token. That's why we don't issue out BRL as rewards, but it's actually USDC stablecoin that are being given out. And as we discussed in the news, stablecoins are the most traded, have the highest volume, and play a major role in the ecosystem. So we're not only giving out USDC distributions for staking, which is based on the trading volume, but we're also paired with USDC, meaning it brings a lot of stability as well. This is very much needed in a volatile market that we are in right now. So Bullrun ecosystem was built with a strong focus, like I said, based on the top 5 cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, what does it do like Bitcoin does? Yes, it also serves, it's very limited for one. It only has 1 million in total supply, and it's actually deflationary as well. And you can look at it as a store of value because it's stakeable as well. Why is it like Ethereum? Ethereum ecosystem is great because the more you use the platform, the more deflationary it becomes. Similar to the Bullrun ecosystem. Also, the same thing is because the more you use the platform, the more the token is being traded, the more liquidity is being retained. Let me go back here. The more liquidity is being retained, the more tokens are being burned, and this gives more USDC distributions for stakers. The other percent goes towards operations, which we use for buybacks and also to operate and fund the projects. Also, one thing that really is special and unique within the ecosystem is, like I mentioned, these staking boosters. These are infinite revenue source that we have established here. These NFTs are unlimited, and everyone that wants to have more than 70% in USDC distributions will be required to purchase these NFTs. And 100% of the revenues generated from these NFTs will go right back into the liquidity. This, in addition to the 3%, like we saw here, from every trade, will build a very healthy and sustainable liquidity pool. And that's the whole aim here for the Bullrun ecosystem, is to have the deepest liquidity in the crypto space. Let's go back to what here. The other two stable coins, it's obvious, like I said, we are paired with USDC and we are giving out USDC as distributions. Now, Binance. How does the ecosystem of Bullrun relate to Binance? Binance currently is the most staked token in the entire cryptocurrency space, and it sits at 85%. Similar to Bullrun, Bullrun is over 60% right now staked, and we all know how staking brings a lot of stability within the ecosystem. That's why you always see how, despite the FUD, despite all these uncertainties, Binance has remained relatively stable, and that is very important. And you also want to give the holders incentives to hold the token, especially if the token is deflationary. So as you see, we addressed many challenges that we face in the crypto space. One, remain deflationary. We have a great burning mechanism. that removes token from the total supply. We have a great accumulator of liquidity, which is 3% that goes towards it. And then we give the holders incentive to hold their tokens and to stake their tokens as we give them the USDC distributions, which is based on the trading volume. And this is not limited to any time. And even on the platform, there are no staking or unstaking fees on there as well. So these are very great aspects that we have in the ecosystem of Bullrun. Is there anything that you want to add in this regards, Val? You're muted. Another thing that I want to add also is this the security aspect of it. All our smart contracts have been audited and are secure, and this is very important in the crypto space as well. Like I said, these are the four main utilities that we have. We have the dual staking platform, which is for BRL tokens and the NFTs. We have the true burn, like I mentioned, with every trade, they remove tokens from the total supply. And then we have the bulldozer effect, which I'll get into talking about Killer Whale. And then, of course, the booster NFTs, like I said, these serve as an infinite revenue source for the ecosystem. And like I said, all these revenue go towards the liquidity, building a very healthy liquidity pool. What do we mean with bulldozer? The community plays a major role in this ecosystem. And this is why this is put under one of the utilities. And this actually brings us right into Killer Whale. Phase 3 of the Bullrun ecosystem is to launch our own in-house community token. And our very first token is Killer Whale. Killer Whale is very unique in the space for several reasons. For the first reason, like I already mentioned, it is launched by our existing community already, and it's built for the community. And I'll get into the futures right away. Killer Whale is very unique because of these following futures. First of all, it has a total supply of 44.4 billion. And the interesting part is that despite the 1% tax that it has, this tax wallet has been renounced, has been blacklisted. Let's have you back here.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Like I was saying, welcome back. Like I was saying, despite the 1% tax wallet that Killer Whale has, this tax wallet has been blacklisted. This means that it turned the tax wallet into a burn wallet. Every trade and every transfer, 1% of that is going towards this blacklisted wallet, turning it into a burn wallet. Now, another feature is the contract has been renounced, and something that really always deflates or stops the movement of the token is that are the team wallets. We have no team tokens. There was no pre-sale. There were no whitelisting. 100% of the Killer Whale tokens were put into the liquidity pool. This liquidity pool has been locked for 100 years. This means that the community, this token is 100% community driven, 100% decentralized, and 100% transparent. These are such projects that the Bullrun community is launching. These are very important because it being renounced, the contract being renounced, meaning that there are no third parties or any other persons that can adjust or manipulate the contract. It is set, it is renounced, this is the way it will remain. Another aspect, like we talked about also, is the deflationary aspect of a token. It is very important for a token to be deflationary, especially one that aims to be around in the long run. And this is the reason why we implemented the 1% tax that is blacklisted. and every transfer or any trade goes towards this blacklisted wallet, and this wallet will retain these tokens, and these tokens will never see the circulating supply again, which makes the killer whale token extremely deflationary. Also, we partner with Blues, and you can purchase now also on their website using a debit credit card as well. This is a great way also to give others opportunities to purchase killer whale in a in another way than using going through the decentralized exchange that we are on, which is Uniswap. If I go back to Bullrun, Bullrun addresses many challenges within the crypto space. And the first and biggest one is the one that we're experiencing right now. We're going through a bear market. Bear market means less liquidity, lack of liquidity. And a bull market, you enter in a bull market. If we look at 2008, for example, entering 2009, that's exactly when the interest rates were set to zero. And once that took place, the money printing started. And that's how liquidity, especially for high speculative investments such as cryptocurrencies, this is where these printed money, these funds, this liquidity usually rushes mostly into, because they are actually the most lucrative commodities once the liquidity hits the market. This is why the last bull run back in 2021 November was so vibrant and was the largest yet to come. And that's why I believe this up and coming bull run that is we're expecting, and we're inching closer and closer towards it, will be even larger than the one before, for the simple reasons that we just discussed in this news, three news outlets today. The stablecoins are have high volume, higher than the well-established traditional companies such as Visa and PayPal. And for me, the way I see this, MasterCard stepping away from Binance, I believe, and they're already in talks with Paxos, which is actually the issuer of the PayPal stablecoin. MasterCard is already in talks with Paxos as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they also come with their own stablecoin, as they see that the cryptocurrency stablecoin, the on-chain stablecoins, the on-chain US dollars are really taking dominance and are doing extremely well, and they're already very, very lucrative as well as instruments for these large institutions. So, Val, what is your opinion on that? Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to add that Killer Whale is part of BRL. It's been launched on the BRL ecosystem, and if you've gone through BRL's website, you will see that Killer Whale is just part of BRL's phase 3. Yeah, and I think, Steve, you will just display our website, the Killer Whale's website, and also maybe for BRL, so that if there's anybody who didn't know about that, they can also get that right.
Absolutely. Let me do that right away. I just put it in the chat as we speak. I've added it in the chat for both Bullrun and Killer Whale. So the whole idea, let me zoom out now. Now that we've discussed the details and the vision and the mission of Bullrun, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture now. Is that we're in a space right now where on a daily basis, many cryptocurrencies are being launched. And if we go here, we see that there are a lot of cryptocurrencies that are being launched on a daily basis. And most of them, as we all know, don't have good intentions, are either honeypots or rug pulls, and this causes a lot of a sour puts a sour taste in everybody's mouth that is in the crypto space, and it scares off people that are still on the edge, standing on the sidelines, debating whether they want to get into the cryptocurrency space or not. Now, this is where Bullrun ecosystem comes in. The whole idea and the vision of Bullrun is to create an environment, create a platform, create a space for crypto enthusiasts. Even if you're new into the crypto space, you want to get informed, educated, and inspired. This is the ecosystem for you. The goal is to establish a community where like-minded people with different skills from different demographics can join hands, join forces, and come together and and be part of these launches, community token launches, such as our very first one, Killer Whale. The whole idea and vision of Bullrun is very simple. The best effect that you can have is the social networking effect. What do I mean with that? As we come together as a community, in the crypto space, a community is the largest and the biggest asset. Compared to the traditional market, let's say you have stocks in Google, Apple, Tesla. There is nothing such as what the cryptocurrency space offers to us. First of all, you have the opportunity to be part of a community, whether you join the Telegram group or you participate in the Twitter space, or like such as you that are here with us in the live stream today. There is no other financial industry that you can come so close to other crypto holders, communicate with them, and have such a close contact with them, build camaraderie, and aim for the same goal together. Use our skills and talents to improve the token, because everything depends on the community. Nobody can succeed individually. It's always about the community. The more the success is heavily dependent on the community's efforts, and one of those efforts are really highly shown here. This beautiful, like, we are very active on Twitter. We're extremely active on Twitter. Like I said, we also are doing Twitter spaces. We are doing live streams as well, like every Thursday, like I mentioned. And as you see, these beautiful banners are made by community members. And this is the Crypto Riser. Everybody knows about him. Very talented. This is the whole mission. You want to build an ecosystem, a community where we have talented community members that contribute to the success of the community. We have great content creators within the community. We have great community leaders within our community. We have strong individuals within the Twitter space. And this is how we want to grow this community, where we are leveraging of each other's talents, and we are pushing all together to be a successful community. Because as we grow larger and larger, we have a very sustainable platform that is existing already, and that we can leverage and use and grow this way. One thing I want to point out, there are many so-called blue chip projects out there that have great utilities, amazing utilities. However, their tokenomics is their weak point. They're inflationary, they have no burning mechanisms, and they're not retaining any liquidity. In short, they're not sustainable in the long term. Now, again, this is one of the strongholds of the Bullrun ecosystem, and this is what really sets Bullrun apart, is that we are the ecosystem that heavily focuses on a long-term of longevity of the project, of the ecosystem. Many so-called blue chip meme tokens right now have achieved multiple billion-dollar in market caps. However, they can't scale. They're stagnant because they don't have any burning mechanisms from day one. They have not been retaining liquidity, and they're not giving back to the community in incentivizing them to hold the tokens. And these are the key challenges that the Bullrun ecosystem is heavily addressing. And from day one, we've had these utilities from day one. And like I said, even on the bull run side, there were no pre-sales, white lists, and all that. Everything, all these utilities were built from day one by the developers, financed from their personal funds. And we've not used any of the investors' funds to build any utilities on there. And this is something that is very unique in this space. We're thinking of something that is sustainable in the long term. And the beautiful thing about the ecosystem of Bull Run is the larger we become as a community, the bigger the holder amount gets, the more efficient and the more successful the bull run ecosystem becomes. Because that means higher trading volumes, that means deeper liquidity, more bonds, more reward, more distributions, USDC distributions for the stakers, and so on and so forth, and more buybacks as well. And this also will reflect on the booster NFTs as well, of course, that will be purchased, and these will be used again to build even a deeper liquidity. That's the whole vision of Bull Run. When we zoom out in a nutshell, that's exactly what Bull Run is about. We are heavily on sustainability, we are heavily on giving back to the community, and we are heavily on being a deflationary token. And these launches that we'll be doing are in-house. The requirement is that you are an active member of the community, that you participate in the success of the community, at least participate in these 3 community events that we have, which is on our VC Telegram main channel, which is Twitter space that we have also on Mondays, and then of course these live streams that we'll be hosting. These are regularly scheduled, weekly scheduled community events that we'll be holding every week, and we want to put the word out, talk about our ecosystem, talk about what we are about, what difference we make, what sets us apart, and what added value we bring into the crypto space. With that said, I'm giving it back to you, Val. I would like to hear your input on what was said.
Yeah, I also just wanted to add that, as bull runners, we take pride in liquidity, just like you said, because when you look at BRL, liquidity has been locked for 10 years, and now we're at 9.5, and again, killer whale's liquidity has been locked for 100 years. Now, this just shows that, you know the BRL ecosystem is just here to stay. Like, it's not some, you know, token that comes out today and people pump, and the next time they dump. Yeah, because if the devs lock liquidity for 100 years, man, that's something that it's so incredible. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I just wanted to add. Yeah, so if you continue, please.
That's a great input you have there. Thank you for that input. And also, what I want to add on is these community-based launches serve 3 purposes. For one, there is nothing like it in this space right now, that we have a community that is launching their own tokens. This brings security within us. It also builds a strong floor, because we all community members, and we understand that we have the first dip into these projects, early dip into these projects, and we can build a very strong foundation, very strong floor. And another thing also is that we understand it's a win-win for all of us, because as the success of these launched tokens, such as Killer Whale, will get the gains right back into the ecosystem of BRL, because now we can even add to our own bags. We can bring back volume into the BRL ecosystem, because BRL is a token that you can stake. And for those that are staking the BRL tokens, they're incentivized by USDC distributions, which is based on the trading volume. These are infinite. As long as they're trading volumes, the distributions will keep pouring. And also, there are no time limits to them as well. So, and they're not staking or unstaking fees either. So this is a platform that was built to last very long, just like Val mentioned. BRL liquidity is locked for 10 years. Killer Whale is locked for 100 years. They're both deflationary tokens. They're both the Killer Whale contract has been renounced, and 100% of the tokens have been locked up within the liquidity pool, and the 1% tax actually wallet serves as a burn wallet as well. So these are the type of projects that are really much needed in this space, and we stay away from the honeypots, the rug pulls that we've experiencing that are often very rampant, and we all have our share of stories that we've experienced such events, unfortunately. And this is why, as a BRL community member, we encourage every enthusiast. If you have any talents and skills you want to join the community, please be sure, feel free to follow us on Telegram, on Twitter, and on our YouTube channel. As I said, every Saturday we have a VC on our Telegram group on Bullrun. Twitter, we have Twitter Spaces every single Monday. And YouTube today, Thursday, if you tuned in, we are very happy to have you here with us. And we have community live streams every Thursday. Same time. All three events are 4 p.m. Eastern time. Feel free to join the community, even if you just want to be part of a community that lays high emphasis on informing you, educating you, and inspiring you. Be part of the movement. We are trying to build a social network here of like-minded individuals that are willing to put in the effort, put in the work, and to work together to make a very successful ecosystem that is already very sustainable. And as we scale as a community, the more effective it becomes. The deeper the liquidity becomes, the more tokens are being burned, and the more the BRL stakers are incentivized. And to sweeten the deal, you'll be always early in these community launches that we have, such as Killer Whale, very early on. And this is what you want to be part of, because you don't have to pay any monthly subscription for this. There are no fees associated with this. All it takes is somebody that is crypto enthusiastic, curious, wants to be informed, educated, inspired, wants to be part of the community that are leveraging their talents. Any talent that you might have, or even your positive attitude, is more than enough to participate in this. The aim is to build a social network within the crypto space of strong individuals that will be participating in these launches early on, which are community tokens launched by a community, and will be leveraging the gains right back into BRL, creating infinite volume, repeating the cycle, increasing our bags, and staking BRL tokens, making it a very solid and sustainable ecosystem for a long term. For the long term, this is what we have for you today. Am I missing anything, Val, that you want to add?
No, no, Steve. I think you covered everything today, and yeah, I think just to add, could you please kindly, are you able to post our official Telegram link? Yeah, so I
Absolutely.
think
Let me
both for
do
BRL
that.
and Killer Whale.
Let me do that.
Yeah. But that's that I think you covered everything, Steve, today. And we are a very active community, bull runners. And just like Steve has already said, we have every weekly VCs in our Telegram. We also host Twitter Spaces every Monday, and today also Thursday. It will be weekly. We'll also be having our YouTube lives, so 4 p.m. Eastern time. So don't miss out. If you ever feel like you want to get information about the crypto space, you want to be educated, yeah, and also to be inspired, this is the place to be. Yeah.
Absolutely. And to add on to Killer Whale also, it has a very clean, like I said, it has a very clean contract. Let's start first of all. Like I said, the contract is renounced. It has a 1% tax. this tax wallet has been blacklisted, turning it into a ban wallet. So every trade, every transfer, this wallet accumulates it, and there is no way that it will get back into the circulating supply, which makes killer whale deflationary. And if we look at token sniffer, we have a score of 100 out of 100, very clean contract. And this is what this the crypto space needs. We want to create a space for community members, for new people getting into crypto space. We want to give them the environment that they can really flourish in. You know, they can be informed, educated, inspired. We all work together for the common goal. Like I say, we have very strong community members that are heavily involved in all this. We have already content creators within the community. We have great artists, as you see. These are beautifully made by our one and only crypto riser. We have strong community leaders. We have strong individuals also on the Twitter side and all. So we want to build this social network of individuals, and we want to make this bull run a very safe haven for new crypto enthusiasts, for those that just want to seek knowledge and educate themselves. And this is what these platforms will be about. Every week we'll come with topics, and that's why we encourage you. And we are getting now to that stage where we want to actually take your questions. So prepare your questions.
Absolutely. If you have any question, you can just post them, on the chat. Anything you'd like to add, any suggestion. This is the moment, community.
So let's go through the questions. Let's go through the comments. This is now the time where we go through the comments community. This is the beautiful part now, where the first session, the first parts of this stream is always to inform, educate, inspire, to talk about our ecosystem, to bring knowledge into for those that don't know about the BRL ecosystem and our very first killer whale token. Now we are entering now a part where you can participate, you can be proactive. Those that are in the live stream right now, you can ask questions that you have, and we'll break them down. We'll go through them, and this is the part now where we go through the comments of the community. We want to encourage this because this is in the crypto space. It's all about engagement. That's why we have these 3 community events every week. We want to be able to connect with the community, and we want to educate them in different platforms. We understand that people are on different platforms. Not everybody is on Telegram. Some people are not on X, also formerly known as Twitter, and also YouTube is, as we know, is a very, very effective platform, not just for the crypto space, but for everyone seeking information, education, and inspiration. And this is why we really encourage every one of you. And first of all, we thank you and welcome every single one of you to this stream that you participated in. Your interactions, your proactivity is very much appreciated. Triple four BRL. We were also looking forward to this very first stream. We haven't streamed in a very long time out of our main account, but now this will be a habit. Every week, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, we will be doing our community stream. So get your questions ready. If you have them, you can always feel free to bring them on. Thank you very much, A444. We were also looking forward to this stream today. Waiting for the weekly VC. Yes, we were also very excited about this. Nice having you, Nancy. My sister, nice having you here. Thank you for participating. Miss Sharon, hello, Bull Runners community. Hello to you too.
Hello, Sharon. Thanks for coming.
Always nice having you, Miss Sharon. This is one of our strongest community leaders. and a pillar of
Absolutely.
the community. And we really appreciate you, Miss Sharon, for all that you do. Now, this is the talk of the town, Cryptorizer.
Isa.
These are very talented community member, very much loved and admired, and he's behind all these beautiful banners that you see both the on our Twitter accounts that you see on Killer Whale side and on Bull Run. These are the type of examples that we really want to show that having strong community members such as all of
Mhm.
you is just amazing. And if we can come together for the betterment of of the project, this is the aim of this social network vision that we have for the Boran ecosystem.
Yeah.
So
And
thank.
just to add something, Steve. You see,
Mhm.
I have not seen any of the projects, like their Twitter pages. I've not seen them as late as ours are. So, and this is just mainly, thanks to Cryptorizer. When you go to our Twitter space and you see all the ads, it's mainly thanks to him. So thank you, Cryptorizer, for being a wonderful community member.
Absolutely. You're very much appreciated, Cryptorizer. Azubuike Bright, uh, nice having you with us on this live stream. Thank you very much for your contribution. You're a very valued community member.
Thank you for coming, Bright.
Now, Demo Crypto, another very solid community member. He's one of our great content creators within the community. Very positive brother. Has a lot of knowledge, gives a lot of information on his platform as well. And I'll be happy to have you on as well, Demo Crypto. Let me know when you have a chance. Let's have a conversation on these weekly on these weekly events that we have.
Yeah, and just to I was just, I saw there's a video that he had just the other day. So if you could all go and, check him all out and also subscribe.
Let's be sure to rally behind this brother. He has a beautiful YouTube channel um, that I would also post a link below so we can all go over there, support him, and show us support and make sure that we subscribe to his channel. This is what the movement is all about. We want to be able to really create an atmosphere where we foster talents. We encourage each other, no matter what your strengths are in. We want to be able to ensure that we rally behind each other and we build
Yeah,
something beautiful for the community.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's continue here. Absolutely, Miss Sharon. The only way is up. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, PRL ecosystem, safe haven. What makes it safe is the community, because the community members make the difference. They are the ones that are really behind the engine behind the success of Bull Run. And this is something that we always want to stress and emphasize on, that it's important to build this social network of individuals that rally behind this project and make it a success. The beautiful thing about the Bull Run ecosystem is, compared to others, it is very scalable. And actually, the more we scale, the more successful and the more effective the ecosystem becomes. And that's something that is very unique in the space, because usually these, like I say, these so-called blue chip projects within the space, in the meme space, that have achieved multiple billion-dollar market caps and are in the luxury of these high volumes. Unfortunately, these volumes don't really have a large impact for the ecosystem, because they're not burning any tokens, they're not retaining any liquidity, and especially they're not giving back to the community that is actually the behind the entire success. So these are aspects and challenges that Bullrun ecosystem addressed from day one already. So absolutely, Miss Sharon, we agree with that point. We agree with that comment of yours. Name and token. We already put the link below. Wins and wisdom. Welcome to the community. Nice having you here on the live stream. Thank you for joining.
Nice having you, Wins and Wisdom. Thank you.
Same thing, Wins and Wisdom. Here's the website for Bull Run. We also have the Killer Whale website. And yes, it's really always about the community. This is the number one reason why we really emphasize on the ecosystem of building like-minded people. It's not about the number, it's about the quality of individuals within the community. That is very, very important.
Yeah, community is the best utility. So, yeah.
And another one from Miss Sharon. This is the whole idea, because I remember when I entered the crypto scene, I would have really appreciated to have like a community as such that is that I can get in and get informed by individuals or holders that have been in the crypto space for a while, that have been through this at least one cycle within 4 years, and I can really get to feed off of their knowledge, their experiences. And this is exactly the platform that Bullrun aims to build and to foster, and to just establish this beautiful platform that is not just sustainable as far as the tokenomics, but especially sustainable in the sense of having quality community members that are very active and that are contributing through their talents, time, skills to the ecosystem. And this is something that is really lacking in the space, and we want to build together. And we welcome all of you to participate and to be part of this. And this is exactly the point that Crypto Rise is making right here with this statement. It is completely community-based, community-driven, and that's what it's about. From a queen to another queen.
Thank you, Sharon. You're amazing as well.
And yes, this is a very strong statement right here. This is the whole idea. We don't have to trust on anonymous devs or individuals, but we as a community are the ones launching these tokens, and we have the first dip in all of these new tokens, and we build that solid floor that is stable. And this is the whole idea of the whole ecosystem, is to be able to create an environment where we don't have to worry about honeypots, rug pulls, but we as a community can have the first dip into these projects and use our skills collectively to make the project successful. And that's the whole idea, is to create a safe environment, to create a solid community. Like I said, it's about the quality and not the quantity of individuals within the community, and that are active. That's why we have these 3 weekly events, community events. We really encourage for you to be proactive, be active within the community, because this is the only way we'll succeed. Let me be very clear about this. We are in very early stages in this crypto space, and we that are here right now, we are very privileged to be so early into this. All of us at some point, I can speak for us, I'll take the courage to do so, wished that if we could only get in early on Google, Apple, Facebook, early on when they just launched. Well, this is the idea, and this is the space and time that we're in right now, where we are very early in this digital ledger technology, also known as blockchain technology. And we are into this, very early into this. And we are really privileged to be part of this young community that is up and coming, that wants to work together for the betterment of the community, and to create a safe environment for new crypto enthusiasts that want to be informed, educated, and inspired. And this is your home. If that's what you need, this should be your home, and you're welcome to the community. We are very active community member. We have a lot of people with a lot of community members with many different skills, and they display that on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and we appreciate every single one of you. And this from one queen to another.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much. Thank you for streaming in. And just to add, BRL, the ecosystem, we all know that the crypto space is majorly dominated by men. And I think, we as bull runners, and even the ecosystem, we are also looking to to reach out to women, and also just give them the assurance that this is also their field, and we can also do well, we can also thrive in crypto. It doesn't have to be only men thing, but we can also do this, and I believe in us. Yeah, so all the ladies out there, all the queens listening, this is our time to shine. So let's go for it.
Very well said, Val. And I'm really, that's also the reason why we do this. We have Val as a co-host, and we want to encourage also community members that are that want to participate in this, because like I said, this is all very community based, community driven, and we all use our different talents, and we all take our time to do our best to put the word out, to encourage, to talk about what we do, and to educate others that don't know about the BRL ecosystem yet and what we are about, to emphasize on the challenges that we are addressing in the crypto space and what sets us apart among others. So very well said. Yes, it's a very male dominated space, and that's why we are very happy to have strong female queens within us, within the crypto community, within the BRL community, that are also with us and are very strong, that are pulling, that are great leaders and doing their parts within the community. So we really appreciate all of you as well for all your efforts that you do and your leadership. And to answer what the Blacker Jack is saying here in regards to volume, holders, etc. One thing here is like, yes, BRL has a very huge potential, and like you say, you can see it as clear as day, but more people need to know about this. And the Blacker Jack, first of all, thank you for participating in the stream. Thank you for your comment. And this is true, and this is exactly the idea. This is the reason why we have 3 community events on a weekly basis on Telegram, on Twitter Space, and live on YouTube. These are our 3 weekly events that we have scheduled at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 times a week. And besides these, we'll be also doing, of course, other videos or just spontaneous activities as well. But these 3 are scheduled, set, and will always be part of that, of our weekly schedule. And this is the reason why we do this, to bring more exposure, bring more awareness, so people understand what challenges we are facing in the crypto space, and why BRL and how BRL is addressing these challenges. We have a very beautiful and sustainable ecosystem, and I agree with you. A lot of people don't understand how it works. They don't see the really long-term value of it. I believe it's a matter of time, because knowledge is key. Information is key. And this is what these platforms, these 3 weekly events are for, to inform, to educate, and to inspire. And I believe with time, as we are more engaged as a community, and we all participate and put the word out, the statement that the Blackjacker is just said here, we'll be able to address that, because we have a platform that we can be proud of. It's working. It's doing exactly what it was intended to do. Like I said, we have a banding mechanism. We're retaining liquidity. We're giving back to the community through USDC distributions, and this is a long-term project that the liquidity has been locked for 10 years. And also, we offer not just a safe haven, but we also offer community launched tokens that we as a community can launch on our own. And those that are the most active and participating of these events will be the first to hear about these launches and participate early into these projects. And that's the whole idea. So we don't have to jump from one honeypot to the next rug pull, but we'll be able to, as a community, to rally behind these projects, use our individual skills for the collective good, and then make these projects a success. And as we succeed in these projects, like I said, we'll bring it back home to BRL, which is a token that you can stake and earn USDC distributions. We'll bring back volume into the system. We'll bring back new holders through these new tokens that we launch, and we'll build an ecosystem of a network, social network of individuals with different talents from different demographics, and we can make this a success, because the larger we become as a community, the more effective, the more efficient the BRL ecosystem works. This is on my side, on our side, what we have for you. Thank you very much for participating. And
Thank you guys.
yes. No, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, thank you for streaming in, and of course, you can always come back and listen again. Yeah, and just like we always say every day, community is the best utility. So this is all about the community, and at BRL we are here to inform, educate, and inspire one another. So yeah, even after the live, if you feel like there's something you really wanted to Steve to address, you can always post in our Telegram, yeah, or DM any of us, and we'll be sure to discuss it next time. Yeah.
Absolutely. Just like Ral said, we encourage you to come prepared. If you have any questions, bring them on. Thank you for those that participated, that contributed with questions or just feedbacks that we can use as a board of communication, of a dialogue. And this is what we want to encourage, that as we're doing these live streams, it's not a monologue. Yes, we will inform and educate, but then as we get to this last part of engaging the community, we encourage you to bring your questions, your feedbacks, your inputs, and that way we can have some sort of a communication, some sort of a dialogue together. My pleasure. Again, the Blacker Jack. Nice having you in the community. And also, Shema says, I would like to thank the Bullrun community in front of you. Thank you very much. We thank you too for being a part of the community. Thank you for participating in the stream as well. Nice having you all here today. This has been a blast. What do you think about it?
Yeah, sure. It has been a good session, and I really enjoyed it. And this being our very first live after some time, we are going to be having this weekly. So if not for if you miss, we have from Monday. If you miss the Twitter space, you can always come to the live, and also on Saturday to our VC, and it's the time is constant, 4 p.m. Eastern time. You can come and and interact together as a community. And also this we are also having these events also to reach out, to more people. Yeah, because that is our long-term goal, you know, community. Yeah, so thank you, Steve, for having me, and everybody else who participated. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Community, once again, thank you very much for everyone that participated today. We appreciate every single one of you for your comments, your contribution, you being proactive. This is all part of bringing exposure to Bull Run. We want to build a strong foundation here on YouTube. We want to really, that's why we're making these 3 different events, just like Val just mentioned. We want to build a solid foundation on YouTube, a solid Twitter space community as well. And of course, our home base, which is our Telegram. We're holding these VCs every Saturday, and we welcome all of you that want to be part of this, to be part of it, even if it's just to be part of a community where you just get informed, educated, and inspired. We have beautiful, amazing people that have multiple years of experience within the crypto space that you can, rub shoulders with. You can, get information from. It's not, like I always emphasize, it's not about the number, it's about the quality of individuals within the community. And we have quality members within the Bull Run ecosystem and the Killer Whale Telegram and social media groups as well. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, Val. It's been really beautiful to have you with us. It's been great having you as a host.
The pleasure is mine, Steve. Thank you.
And community, we thank you again for your participation. And this is the best. This is the best way to really close, bring this home. Is thank you for giving our queens opportunity through this platform. And this is what it's all about. And we are really happy to have this platform because we have very strong leaders, strong queens within the community. And it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you here, Val. And thank you for all the queens that are in the live stream that participate. You all very much appreciated. This is it on our side. And I just want to thank everyone again for participating, be part of this amazing new movement. We are an ecosystem that is extremely sustainable. We want to put the word out. People should know about what our ecosystem is about and how effective it is, what problems it's solving, what challenges it's solving, and how it's set apart from other ecosystems. One thing we're all in this space is to better our lives, and we want to, not our own personal lives, but our families' lives as well. And the Bull Run ecosystem offers a platform where we want to bring in talents from different demographics, like-minded individuals that are proactive and want to be part, pull up the sleeves and be active and work for the betterment of the community, of the project, of the ecosystem, and that understand that we have a sustainable ecosystem, and this ecosystem just requires more awareness. And this is why we have these weekly events, community events, and we encourage every one of you to participate. And for those who are participated, we thank you all. And let's continue doing this, and let's build a large community that our ecosystem will be able to sustain. And let's make a success out of Bull Run ecosystem. Let's make a success out of Killer Whale, and let's keep building. Let's keep working together. Let's putting the word out, just like the Blacker Jack said. We have high potential. We have an amazing ecosystem. What we need to do now as a collective, let's put the word out, and let's keep working hard towards this goal as we're approaching end of the year and the Bitcoin halving. Once the liquidity starts coming right back into the market, let's be the loudest voices in the ecosystem, in the crypto space. And that's why we're starting early. We're not waiting for the bull run to come. We are heading towards it as we are building these communities on Twitter Space, on VC, Telegram, and right here on YouTube. Those are my closing comments, community. I want to thank every one of you, wishing you a wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, and let's keep in touch.